Please.
Good afternoon.
Take a seat, Shipra. Shipra, for the benefit of the panel, can you give a brief introduction, please?
Yes, sir. So my name is Shipra Choudhary. I was born in Mainpuri district of Uttar Pradesh, and after 2 to 3 years or so, we shifted to Mumbai in Maharashtra, in the Mumbai suburban, particularly the Palghar district of Maharashtra, wherein I've completed my entire schooling and education. I graduated in 2019 in the subjects of zoology and environmental sciences from Mumbai University. And since then, I've been preparing for civil services only. I do not, as such, have some work experience. This is my third attempt in UPSC and my first interview.
Okay. Shipra, again, you are an anthropology student. How Indian anthropologists have contributed in the discipline of anthropology?
In various ways, ma'am. In a way that it has also impacted the global scenario in anthropology. For instance, we have, I'm unable to recall, Iravati Karve, ma'am, who gave the definition of marriage, which was quite updated and is followed even today. Second is that she studied various communities, matriarchal communities in South India, like the Nambudiri Brahmins and...
Okay, one is the new idea in the marriage system. Another concept which Indian anthropologists have given up.
Ma'am, in the Indian context, for instance, we have LP Vidyarthi sir, who gave the concepts of Sanskritization and Westernization and modernization.
Did he give the concept of Sanskritization?
Yes, ma'am. LP Vidyarthi sir. But I think I'll read...
What about M.S. Srinivas then?
M.N. Srinivas sir, sorry ma'am. M.N. Srinivas sir gave the concept of Sanskritization, and LP Vidyarthi sir gave the concept of nature-man-spirit complex.
Okay. Now then, you have mentioned Sanskritization. There is a reverse concept, desanskritization, right? So in Indian politics, can you give one example of desanskritization?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, desanskritization in the Indian context has been inclined towards pseudo-tribalism. A prominent example being where there are certain communities demanding reservation on the basis that they have been socio-economically backward. So that...
Shipra, you must be hearing that recently we are relocating cheetahs. Crores of rupees have been spent on this relocation. So what is the utility of cheetah? Why they are being relocated?
Ma'am, it is being primarily done so that in the Indian subcontinent, we have cheetahs that can get proliferated because the Indian cheetah had gotten extinct.
So that we understand from zoological perspective, what is the reason? What is the utility?
Ma'am, at the global level or at an international level, we see that the Asiatic cheetah is concentrated only in a few parts, like in countries like Iran, etc. So if the numbers diminish in one part of the subcontinent, it would become extinct.
Okay, Shipra, link it with food chain. I am giving you a hint. Now tell.
Ma'am, because cheetah is a top level carnivore, so it would help in keeping the prey species in check and also balancing the entire ecosystem.
Okay. In your hobbies, you have written Vipassana meditation, right? And you were having an interaction also on that. Now, tell me one thing, during meditation, for that matter in Vipassana also, we close our eyes. What could be the reason? Because in some form of meditation, we open and chant, right? So in Vipassana, we close our eyes. What is the reason?
Ma'am, I believe that there are multiple reasons of why closing our eyes during meditation will become helpful. One, I think, is because since we are not observing something or seeing something, that sensation is lost. So there is a higher probability that we would focus even more as compared to when we keep our eyes open. So that sensation will be focused, ma'am. Second, I believe it could be because it could bring a sense of calm. And third is because most forms of meditation begin with observing breath.
What about the Act East policy? What is India's Act East policy? What do you know about that?
Ma'am, India's Act East policy is this. We have shifted from the Look East policy to the Act East policy in the recent years because we realized that there is a lot of potential within the ASEAN and the Southeast Asian region. And also there is revamped focus to counter China on that front, because a lot of Southeast Asian nations have their disputes with China in the South China Sea.
So how will our Act East policy counter that?
So, ma'am, with greater engagement with Southeast Asian nations with proper connectivity, like we have the India, Myanmar, Thailand highway that we are trying to build. So, through these initiatives, we are trying to revamp our connectivity, our people-to-people ties, and also trade focus.
And for development of our Northeast.
Yes.
That's also one of the reasons for the Act East policy, and like a gateway into Southeast Asia and and other parts of Asia to connect. So that's one of our major sort of